My beloved child, before your eyes fully open to the day, before your mind awakens to commitments, pressures, demands, and challenges, I am already here. I arrived before your alarm rang. I sat by your bed. I spread over you a mantle, one invisible to human eyes but visible in the spiritual world. Today, before any battle arises, before any opposing wind whispers threats, before the enemy organizes his silent attacks, I, your Father, have already poured my favor upon your life. It is not a common protection. It is not a fleeting blessing. It is my eternal favor, the kind that transcends circumstances and remains even when everything seems to fall apart. Today, I clothe you with an armor that hell cannot withstand, with a grace that disarms accusations, with a promise that shouts louder than every threat. My son, listen to my voice. The world tries to push you into the terrain of worry, whispering, prepare, something bad is coming. But I say to you, rest, because I have already gone ahead. While many fear the night, you are covered in light, even in the midst of darkness. While men chase after security, you are surrounded by a presence that never retreats, not for a single second. You think the war is just beginning, but there are battles I already won while you were asleep. There are traps that were dismantled during the night. There are evil decrees that were annulled while you rested in silence. Because your rest is my permission to act. When you trust and stop trying to control everything, I move with greater freedom. And today, child, I move for you because of your prayer, because of that hidden tear, because of that moment when you whispered alone in the dark room, Father, I don't know what to do. And I heard you. I always hear you. My favor is more than rescue. It is total covering. It is divine anticipation. Before the arrow is launched, it is already deflected. Before the bow is drawn, the arrow has already lost its strength. Before words are released against you, I have already sealed you with a promise of life, peace, and purpose. Remember what I said, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not reach you. That is not a pretty phrase to quote in moments of fear. It is a spiritual reality to be lived every day. So when you walk today, do not walk as one who is alone. Walk as one accompanied by the heavenly army. You are not weak, you are protected, you are not vulnerable. You are shielded by my love. You are not a victim, you are an heir. And heirs do not walk abandoned, they walk covered by the favor of the King. My son, listen. There will be people who don't understand your calm. Some will be surprised by your peace, even in situations that seem chaotic. They don't know what you carry inside. They don't know that within you dwells a hope not from this world. They don't know that your strength does not come from yourself. They don't know that your confidence is not based on statistics, but on my word. When they look at you and ask, how can you remain standing? Respond with your eyes, with your posture, with your silence. Because one who is upheld by me does not need to prove anything to anyone. You simply live, you simply trust, you simply walk. Because the wind that blows against you is not stronger than the breath of my spirit within you, because the pit that was dug for your fall will become a place of unexpected provision, because the voice that tried to silence you will be silenced by the echo of my truth. Today, as you prepare to face what is to come, I remind you, you are not being thrown into battle blindfolded. I trained you in secret. I strengthened you in silent nights. I formed you while others thought you were being forgotten. That door that didn't open, it was me. That friendship that broke, it was me. That wait that seemed too long, it was also me. Because before giving you victories, I needed to make you unshakable. My favor doesn't rest on fragile structures. It rests on solid foundations, deep roots, refined hearts. And now that your heart has been through this process, now that you know who you are, even when nothing around confirms it, I can cover you with my favor. Favor that cannot be bought, bargained, or lost. Favor that remains. My son, remember what I did with Joseph. He was sold, slandered, imprisoned, but none of that stopped what I had already decreed, because my favor was with him. And I tell you the same, even if they place you in hostile environments, even if they reject you, even if they try to stop you, my favor will push you forward. My favor will make you stand out. My favor will raise you up. It will make the door that seemed closed open at the exact right time. And when it opens, it will be so natural, so perfect that you'll understand it was me. Not your effort, not your strategy, my hand. And if it was my hand that opened it, no one can close it. Because what I do, no one can undo. What I begin, No one can interrupt, and today I begin in you a new stage, a stage where you walk covered even before the battle begins. You will not only be preserved, you will be promoted. You will not only be protected, you will be positioned. Because one who walks under my favor does not live only to defend, but to conquer, to establish holy territory where once was cursed land, to restore broken bridges and plant seeds where there was once only darkness. You are not simply a survivor of spiritual wars. You are an ambassador of my kingdom amidst human ruins. You were forged in silence, prepared in hiding, healed in secret, and now I bring you into the light, not as someone still bleeding, but as one who carries healing in their hands. You will see with your own eyes the transformation of the battlefield into fertile land. What seemed like loss will bear fruit. What seemed like pain will become authority. You will harvest where you wept. You will see hope bloom where they buried your name. Those who mocked your waiting will see the glow of your harvest. Those who tried to reduce you to your past will see that I repositioned you in the present with multiplied grace. Because when I restore someone, I don't just return what was stolen, I give more. I restore with honor. I multiply with glory. Places where you once only struggled will now be places of harvest. Environments that once wounded you will now be healed by your presence. That same dark room where you cried alone will be visited by such a deep peace that you'll know, I was there all along. The same voice that once trembled in fear will now comfort broken hearts. The same heart that didn't know how to face another day will now teach others to trust in the invisible, because that's how I work. I transform your pain into testimony. I turn your struggle into ministry. I exchange your cross for a crown, and where they said you were weak, there I will show you are strong in me. Those who once hurt you will now see a reflection of my love in you. And you won't carry resentment but compassion. You won't raise your voice to hurt but your hands to bless, because one who has been deeply healed by me no longer lives to take revenge but to restore. I will make you a bridge over troubled waters, a light in dark hallways, a balm for wounds no one else dared touch. Your gaze, anointed by the experience of suffering, will be a beacon for the weary. Your story, marked by falls and new beginnings, will be a map for the lost. You will not walk with the pride of someone who succeeded alone, but with the humility of someone who knows they only got this far because they were carried in my arms. Because you will be a channel, not just a full vessel, but overflowing. And that overflow comes from the favor I pour out today before the battle begins. For the overflow is not merit, it is mission. I fill you not so you can store it, but so you can share. I raise you up, not so you can isolate yourself, but so you can reach others. You will be the answer to prayers you never heard. You will be confirmation of promises others almost forgot. You will be an instrument in my hands, and nothing can stop that. Not your past, not your falls, not your trauma, not your fears. Because I already saw you whole, even when you only saw fragments, and it was in that brokenness, in that fragility, in that confusion, that I chose to love you without limits. So go, walk, work, dream, believe, even if you don't understand all the details, even if you don't have all the answers, because your Father goes before you. Where you cannot go, I go. What you cannot see, I already see. What you have not asked for, I have already prepared. Walk with boldness, with reverence, with your chest full of hope, not as one afraid of falling, but as one sent with authority. And if fear tries to return, remember what I've told you today. My favor already covers you. It covers you when you wake up. It covers you when you pray in silence. It covers you when you fight invisible battles in your mind. It covers you when no one understands what you feel, yet you endure. And today, my beloved child, I cover you with my favor before the battle begins, so you don't just face it, but win it. So you don't just resist, but conquer. So you don't just survive, but live in fullness, because I didn't create you to live in fear, but in faith. I didn't form you to live in the shadow of what others tried to impose, but to walk in the light of what I've already released. And what I've released for you is life, abundant life, limitless favor, unbreakable promises. And as you walk into today, I want to speak to the places within you that no one sees. The quiet doubts, the flickers of insecurity, the memories that sometimes rise without warning. I am not distant from those places. I don't turn away from the parts of you still in process. I am there too, right in the middle of the questions you haven't been able to voice. You've learned to smile in public, even when your soul was worn. You've kept going, even when you didn't feel strong. But child, strength was never meant to be measured by how much you hide. True strength is found in surrender, the kind that lifts its hands not in defeat but in trust. So let me into that area you've been guarding. That space in your heart where you've convinced yourself healing is impossible. Let me gently dismantle the lies that have taken root, those conclusions you made during your lowest moments. They don't define you, I do. There are parts of your story that feel unfinished to you, but to me they are precisely timed. You've been trying to rush to the next chapter, but I'm still writing beauty into this one. What feels like delay is not denial, it's design. You've asked, why is it taking so long? But sometimes what seems like a pause is actually preparation. I don't build temples in haste. I take time when the foundation is sacred, and your life, child, is sacred. I see how you've questioned your ability to lead, to love, to rise again. But the truth is, I didn't call you because of your qualifications. I called you because of my purpose in you. I don't send the strongest, I send the willing. There are dreams I planted in you that are not dead, only dormant. Like seeds under winter soil, they are waiting for the right season. And when the season shifts suddenly, quietly, they will break through, not because of your striving, but because of my breath. The doors I will open for you will not be random opportunities. They will be precise alignments, encounters shaped by my hand, moments that carry weight. And you will know without question, this was not man, this was me. Even now, I'm arranging things behind the scenes. Relationships, timing, resources, ideas. What seems disconnected is being woven into a tapestry. And when you see it come together, you'll weep, not from sorrow, but from the weight of my faithfulness. You won't have to fight for visibility. You won't have to shout to be heard. I will place your voice where it needs to go, and when I do, it will not echo aimlessly. It will land on hearts ready to receive. Some of your greatest impact will happen in places where you feel least prepared. Not because you mastered the moment, but because you trusted me to show up within it, and I always will. Your gift is not just talent, it's a sacred expression of who I am through you. Use it boldly, steward it well. Don't diminish what I've placed in your hands just because others don't see its worth yet. There will be days when you feel overlooked. Remember, being hidden is not the same as being forgotten. Even my greatest instruments spent time in obscurity. That's where I shaped them, deepened them, and sealed their identity in me. Don't compare your path to anyone else's. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where I need you for what I'm forming within you. You've spent too long trying to fit into places that were never yours. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You were meant to carry a presence that doesn't conform. It transforms. There's a difference between peace and numbness. I did not call you to disconnect from pain. I called you to overcome it with purpose. To feel deeply, love deeply, and live fully. Even your scars are part of your testimony. They are not signs of defeat, but survival. Let them be reminders, not of what hurt you, but of what didn't break you. Some people will only see your outer life, but I see the silent choices you make when no one is watching, the integrity, the forgiveness, the obedience. I see it all, and I honor it. There's no act of faith too small for me to notice. Even the whisper of surrender carries weight in heaven. Every yes, every sacrifice, every tear, it's stored. Nothing is wasted. You're not building in vain. Even when progress feels invisible, the foundation is being reinforced. I'm anchoring you so that when the winds come, you won't be shaken. I am not in a hurry with your process, and you don't need to be either. I'd rather build something eternal than something impressive but shallow. Let me be the rhythm of your life, not pressure, not urgency. Let me teach you to move with grace, to rest with trust, to work with joy. There will be opposition, yes, but not all resistance means you're on the wrong path. Sometimes it's confirmation that you're advancing into territory the enemy hoped to keep. And I promise you this, nothing that rises against you will succeed when you stay aligned with me. I don't just protect you from what you see, I protect you from what you never even knew was coming.